The occult is all about meeting death, which is the hidden one, because death cannot be seen until one has died. When people say Amen at the end of their prayers, they are literally acknowledging the hidden aspect of death. Death is our individual reset point, as compared with the overall reset point of this entire construct. And just like any game, when you hit reset, you start back at the beginning to play the same game all over again. This conjoins the number 22 with the number of paths, 22, that exist in the Sephiroth or Kabbalah Tree of Life. Many people have experienced what is known as the 1111 phenomenon, which is also correlative of the paradoxical beginning-ending point of this matrix reality construct. 11 plus 11 equals 22. In truth, the reason that the controllers and archon texts of this false reality need to continually readjust this reality with an ultimate reset point is because we are not meant to be prisoners. They are trying to reconcile the great contradiction of freedom and slavery. One can never equal zero, and slavery can never equal freedom, no matter which way it is spun. This is another hidden meaning behind the black and white checkerboard pattern of Freemasonry. They are the complete opposite dualities of good and evil in the paradox of this construct, and another occult meaning of the symbol is that the pattern represents the binary code of this matrix. One is white and on, and 0 is black and off. Continuing with the number 22, when we divide this number by the sacred planetary number 7, we get 3.142857 and continuing on, which is the Diophantine approximation for the equation of pi. In tarot, there are 22 trump cards, and the Fool card is often the last major arcana in these decks, but it can also be represented as a 0 for the first as well as the 21st card. This correlates with the biblical book of Revelation, which ends on verse 22:21, while the next verse would have been 22:22, showing the paradoxical duality of beginning and ending at once. The last word in verse 22:21 is Amen, which is the ancient Egyptian word for hidden, and is the literal reason for all hidden knowledge being occult to the general public. The word occult is derived from the Latin occulte for secret, and occultus meaning hidden, secret. Not so well known though is the connected Latin word occumbo that translates into English as meet with death, to meet one's death, whereby the last 5 letters of cumbo are again interconnected to the Latin cumba, meaning skiff, small boat, especially that in which Charon ferried the dead across the Styx. This would be the link to the ferryman or boatman of the dead, and is also the actual basis for the supposed spiritual song from the 1920s, Kumbaya. We are now manifesting this reality as shown by the Norse mythology moon god known as Moni, while the Old Norse Icelandic Moni also means moon. This is because the moon creates luna ticks, clock ticks while we talk, tick tock talk, and maniacs, moon alternating currents. The ACs in maniacs is the alternating current of electrical energy that we are creating for the ETs inside the moon construct, and the phonetic ticks in luna ticks are the ticks on our lifetime clock that is paradoxically counting down our time while counting up the ticks of metered electrical energy that we produce. This is shown in the Latin word manicula, meaning little hand, denoting the little hand of the moon clock, as compared to the big hand of the Saturn timepiece. The moon is the little Trojan horse, as displayed by the Latin manni, translated into English as pony. because the moon pony is the small horse or little hand of the Saturn moon matrix clock construct of timekeeping. Our energy is sucked out of us as we age through time. And this was the key that the ETs needed to make their matrix energy contract work. As we believe that we are aging, we decay. And the word K from decay quite literally means key, while the Dutch and Norwegian de or d translate as the. Therefore, decay is the key, the Freemasonic key to suck out our energy through the paradox of time that has us divided from our true nature, thinking that we are separate from the very place that we are part of. This belief in division manifests the mental illusions that coerce humanity into hating each other and participating in systems of hatred such as war and commerce, because commerce is also war. War against nature and war against humanity. There can be no love in competition, and money only divides everyone in this system even more. It will never cure the ails that hurt so many, because it is not meant to. Commerce and the monetary, moon-eat-terry hate system is designed to create racism, jealousy, anger, fear, worry, anxiety, starvation, and every other horror that exists on this plan ET. What does war manifest? Money. What does money manifest? War. A snake biting its own tail, and nothing being changed to stop this sick cycle from continuing. This is humanity's one world religion, as shown by the number one definition of the word credit. What is that definition? Believe. It is not an accident that the word prayer has the word payer in it, because we are all paying for the debt of sin, which is the moon, to the ETs of this DK time matrix hologram construct. Do any of the animals look like they need to use money to provide for themselves? No. Only mankind is set up to believe in such a delusory system because the moon has filled him and her with the emotions of hate and fear. And once everyone goes through the matrix constructs of paradise, and thrown overboard as the lost seamen again to wait for the moon of Satan, to come and rescue them, it is back to the same earth construct for another spin on the ET Wheel of Fortune. Why? The Hebrew word for constellation is shown here, with the first part, galgal, meaning wheel, and the second portion, hamazlot, meaning fortune, luck, chance. Our life is nothing more than a spin on the wheel of fortune of the ET matrix zodiac, which correlates with the Latin neo, for spin, weave. While our energy is being taken from our spines, we are being spun on the zodiac wheel of fortune, where life is all a game of chance. We die to reach the heavenly paradise, to toss the die once again that will tell us when we die in our next game of life. That's our role as we roll another toss after we fall from paradise.